Our government wants to scrap current sex ed. Well, we're gonna save it.
Sexuality educator Nadine Thornhill plans to release YouTube videos teaching every part of the sex education guidelines Ontario's PC government is scrapping.
I'm actually going to be teaching them so that, teachers or even parents who want to share this information at home will have an example of how to do that, and they'll have access to all of the information.
That sex ed information had become a lightning rod for vocal groups of parents who fought against it, complaining it taught too much too soon and included references to same-sex relationships. Now parents and educators who support that sex ed information are gearing up to fight against scrapping it and the government's plan to return to the old curriculum from 1998.
Things like sexting, things like cyberbullying, these are not things that we had to deal with in 1998, so it's critical to teach our kids how to communicate in respectful ways with one another.
Major unions for elementary and secondary school teachers also slammed the switch to the old curriculum. Some teachers have started talking about including elements of the scrapped sex ed material in other parts of the curriculum, something the unions say teachers have always had the leeway to do.
They will, when they feel it's appropriate, to expand on curriculum or expand on ideas that they're dealing with in their classrooms in an age-appropriate way, in a time-sensitive way. They will do that, and they've always done that.
Aside from Thornhill's YouTube sex ed teaching, there are petitions and protests planned against what critics call a return to an outdated curriculum. Ron Charles, CBC News, Toronto.
So sex education in Canada varies greatly by province, and there's a lack of consistency in what is taught and when. For instance, children are expected to know the proper names for body parts in kindergarten in BC, Alberta, Manitoba, and Quebec. But that isn't in New Brunswick's curriculum until grade 6. Sexual orientation is taught in Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia in grade 3, grade 9 in Newfoundland and Labrador. And while every province talks about sex, only one curriculum devotes time to love: Quebec.